don't care. We're gonna just AoE through this one. Let's see if it's gonna be possible.
It's not just NaVi who's picking different heroes. It's not just NaVi who have the pocket strats. It's IG too. And let's introduce them first. YYF handling the Darkseer, the off-lane player for this team, and really the most veteran presence, has been all over. Has played on pretty much every Chinese team. He's going to be setting the pace for them. Zoe, the hard carry, handling the lone druid, heading towards the safe lane. Ferrari on the Queen of Pain, going mid, and talk about a hero that can have a big impact, can really disrupt the enemies, what they're trying to do. That Queen of Pain can certainly do it. Faith, the hard support, on the Disruptor, and finally it's Chuan, gonna be playing that jungle Enigma.
Yeah, for clarity, not a common build. Let's see what he makes of it. Both teams checking with their summons as well. Back on the Radiant side, it is the defending champion, Dendi, gonna be going mid again. 350 saved up for that quick bottle. Meanwhile, we do have Puppy playing the support Rubik. Havos handling the Naga 3 games in a row. Is he tired of that hero just yet? We'll see. Arzart playing the Shadow Shaman, as well as a Light of Heaven going up top. Nature's Prophet.
I don't think, if you can play anti-mage and get a Battle Fury every game and just keep on farming to victory, you don't get tired of anything, man. Naga Siren definitely a little bit more exciting in terms of what you get to do for your team, setting things up with that ultimate. The horn sound, and game number 3 of NaVi versus IG for the grand finals of the International 2 is officially underway.
Apparently, everybody's a big fan of Mushi.
Who isn't, man? He's a legend. He truly
really
is a legend.
A living legend, I might have to add. Zoe, by the way, share control with his teammates on the side lane, so you can see the Syllabear pull. What he basically wants to do is pull all the way here to provide that quick level 2 for the Darkseer. Let's see if it's successful.
This is really smart. We've seen it particularly from DK. Bernie does this a lot on his Lone Druid. When Lone Druid goes to the off lane, he always is going to pull with that bear, but a lot of the times in the safe lane, with the Lone Druids across the map, he won't do it, but you definitely can. This means safe experience for YYF. And we saw Darkseer in some of the previous games. He just heads into the jungle, and they abandon that lane. In game number 1, it really ended up costing NaVi, but I mean, in this case, the Darkseer will get an early start. Iron Shell actually on the bear. This is pretty cute. YYF can stay far back, look to get that experience up. And hitting level 2 quickly means ganking him is going to be a lot more difficult. Although the bear is not being microed right now, he doesn't want to push the lane. So the Iron Shell's there, maybe going to harass Havos for that. This is pretty cheeky.
Yeah, I mean, right now you can see that Dendi, again, not having the best lane assignment here. This time up against the Queen of Pain. That forces Puppy to come on the mid lane and help out. That is going to lessen the experience gain for Dendi. He's going to try to last it under the tower, but still having a little bit tough time. Ferrari just getting the lane advantage and really punishing Dendi for it.
You know, the one thing I want to put out about this game is nothing is decided, nothing has happened yet, but it's a support Rubik. And when we saw Dendi making so many big plays on his Rubik, he was getting a lot more farm, whether it was farming in the safe lane or soloing mid. Either way, he was getting solo experience, he was having unfettered access to the creeps, and getting those early items up is really important to survive and sustain and position long enough. But top lane, it's Light of Heaven, trapped out. There's your Disruptor. First blood played by IG, and Chuan jumps out of his seat with excitement.
Fave, in the pink slat here, grabbing the first blood means so much for this support hero. He needs quick reach. Immediately picks it up. Dendi looking for the top rune. He's guessing up top, and is he going to be right? Yes, he is. And that's going to be full bottle for him. And Courier making a special delivery.
That's the defending champion advantage, man. The rune will spawn whatever direction you run.
Man, that's a very unbalanced advantage. On the bot lane here, Havos handling the lane, but YYF, it's already hitting level 3. He's got to thank the Syllabear. Look at the Syllabear. He's still microing the hell. Now, this is share control, so don't be too, it's not so microing at 8 places at once, although I'm sure he could do that.
And Arzart's still only level 1 because the creeps keep on getting pulled away. It's just difficult for him to get these pulls off. If he does so, Havos, the tower, is going to take a lot of damage. And look at Arzart, really wants to try and stop this bear, but at level 1, he can hold it in place with the net. He's not killing it off. And the creep aggro, we've seen players do this, but I don't know if we've seen anyone continue to do it like this.
And do it so much and keep doing it, right?
Exactly.
Syllabear on the top lane, he's just last laning like a range hero. No big deal. He could do it. Back in the mid lane, though.
Lane.
Yeah, it's an empty lane. Being forced out. Good job by Fave on the first blood earlier. Queen of Pain on the mid lane here. Courier already flying around. Will get the bottle just a little bit later after Dendi's. But again, still has a lane advantage. Higher level. Are we going to see a gank anytime soon? Light of Heaven can't go in the top lane anymore. It's only 3 minutes in, but it's a very, very powerful advantage for the Dire squad.
I normally don't go to the graphs this early, but the experience lead right now for the Dire, 2,003.5 minutes. This is Jungle Enigma. And look at that Ion Shell on the bear. Can be jacking this pole camp repeatedly. This is so creative by IG. We've seen this before, but not at level 1. He's getting everything. He's completely stealing this camp. Amazing play from IG. Level 4 on the Darkseer in the off lane against a very strong dual lane.
Man, this dual lane usually gets so many kills. You gotta keep in mind there's always a +1 from Light of Heaven, but there's just no opening. If it's a Spear Bear creeping for the Darkseer, what opening is there? Darkseer is constantly sitting in front of tower. It's so hard to gank him like that. Meanwhile, on the top lane, he can't get there either because Zoe, he's already level 5. And Faith, level 5 as well.
And top lane has been abandoned. Prophet is going to look to TP back in. Maybe not. He's still jungling. And Twan pasted up, creates the conversion. They can mow down this tower. The bear gets recalled. But that's fine because YYF has already hit level 4. He's got his basic items up. Soul Ring in the base. And he's going to be able to sustain in this lane just fine. It's going to be very difficult to kill him, especially when Arsart is 2. You really need to have multiple points in either shot. Ideally a single point in the Hex. And the tower goes down 4.5 minutes in. IG, if this is something, a lot of heroes we've seen before, but the way they're using them is very different.
Oh, Glimpse is highly leveled. They're going to telekinesis. Oh, Puppy's trapped. The bear's coming right in. Are they going to die for him? At least not right now. The Glimpse getting maxed out like this. Look at the huge initiation range. If anybody's caught out, it's a basically free kill.
And this forces Dendi towards top. This is a big response. A big loss to send your Dragon Knight over that way because Ferrari gets a little bit of extra farm. And even though they dual lane Ferrari, he's still keeping pace with Dendi. IG winning every single lane right now. Now NaVi, we can't count them out despite this deficit. They have a great team fight lineup. They have some very powerful mid game. But this is an amazing start for IG.
Yeah, they just lead so much in terms of EXP. The Charge just paint a story by themselves. And the question is, what will IG do with that advantage? Are they going to keep pushing, or are they going to just stay back and farm and allow NaVi to get an advantage back? But for now, Faith and his team could be perhaps setting up a couple of ganks. Boots speed up on Faith. Chuan has also the boots speed. They're just going to be rewarding in just a bit and slow the game down a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. They can look to slow the game down, and IG is fine to just farm at this point. Zoe already 1,300 gold up on him. If you want to go for a relic, this is incredibly fast timing, getting that tower. And the tier 2 is still at bottom, or top, which means if he gets it, that's going to put him so much closer to it. Because that tower goes down, ganking becomes much more difficult. Puppy denying the illusion rune top. Nice play by him. Not game breaking, but every little bit definitely helped. Dendi, because of the dual lane, this is something we haven't talked about yet this game. Dragon Knight is very level dependent. We've even seen players go for Hand of Midas on this hero in the past when he's in the safe lane farming freely to try and compensate to get level 16 quickly. He's only level 4. Ferrari already 6, and in fact halfway to 7.
And here we go, the trap is set here. Sonic Wave, oh, that's not going to hit at all. Telekinesis stuns a couple of people, so a lot of spell being used. No, the Glimpse being used as well, but not really being too effective.
It actually just clipped him, but it wasn't enough. He had to be inside the kinetic field for Dendi to go down. Salves up is absolutely fine, and losing the Queen of Pain ultimate that early, using it that early, I should say, means that Ferrari's not nearly as scary for the next couple of minutes. 950 gold up on him. He will be heading back to base, so a bullet dodge there by NaVi. A bit of luck for them. Dendi just able to escape from that kinetic field in time, but that's, sometimes it's skill, sometimes it's luck in every game of Dota. Faith, middle lane, look at the levels on him. Level 5 already. This just goes back to the laning situation. Everything went so well for IG. Right now they're in a great spot, but here's a hero who could turn things around for NaVi. It's Havos, playing the Naga Siren, maxed out Riptide, already has Song of the Siren online, and it looks like he is going for the Vanguard. Ring of Health Stout Shield picked up, Arcane Boots already acquired. Counter ganking with this hero. IG are pretty squishy. Disruptor, Queen of Pain, can't blink out if she's headed. Even the Enigma can be brought down. Middle lane action onto Dendi. There's your Shadow Strike. Dendi dual laning to start it off. Will he take a ball? Glimpse back in. They pull it back, and the Black Hole. Dendi, no Chen to save him this time. Man's best friend, Puppy, not there, not able to do what he normally does with that Holy Persuasion, and that's a big kill.
Man, Puppy deciding to play the non-jungler in this game here, not providing us much help as he usually would for this team. You can see that it's 8 minutes in, does not have the boots, really just warding up, making sure that everybody else is doing well, but sacrificing himself. I think he's going to have a really, really tough game ahead of him. He needs that mobility to steal spells. He needs the survivability to basically stay alive against all these nukes, and he's getting neither. It's going to be
it's going to be really hard for him. Again, it's what we talked about. It's what we talked about in the laning stage. As soon as you see the dual lane mid, that means Rubik isn't going to get any farm. He's the support in that lane. And when Dendi was playing Rubik, stealing Ravage game after game, not just Ravage, somebody stole the bottom lane.
There's a net, there's a shackle. They need to right-click him down, but the silence, the vacuum back, and everybody taking big damage. Sure, they can't really counter gank, but making sure that Darkseer stay alive so he can keep on farming, that's a huge deal.
And that is another very powerful way to deal with that Naga Siren. We saw Night Stalker silence in game number 1 being very effective, and really that Night Stalker silence won them the game, but this is an AoE silence. This one could be even more devastating if you can land it. And so far, the glimpses, the kinetic fields, nearly flawless from Faith.
Right now, both teams slowly trying to set up the gank. Rubik not level 6 yet. Dendi level 6. I mean, just for what we've heard from the analyst table outside, Dendi usually plays this high-impact hero that's very, very mobile. You can see that he hasn't actually left the lane or done any ganking. This is what Dragonite, one of his weaknesses, he does not provide that much to your team until much, much later. Sure, the last game we saw him push early, but that was the Darkseer as well as the Naga Siren backing him up. Navi's got to do something quick, or IG's going to just accrue too much advantage.
You know, I think Navi is okay to sit back at this point. They've lost the one tower top, but they're holding onto the tower mid, they're holding onto the tower bottom. And when you're behind like this, if you are both farming about the same amount, you're going to break over the long haul. The relative difference between the two teams will decrease. It will get a little bit easier for Navi. And it's Dendi playing the Dragon Knight. You mentioned how he likes the mobility, he likes to be able to be aggressive. I wouldn't shock me if he went for a 4-staff on this hero. Or even if his teammates are just setting him up. There's definitely some options there. Son of the Siren can really help him to get in range. Ferrari taking some damage from the Flame Breath. They want to pressure mid, but they don't really have too much to push it down. The two heroes that can, Zoe, the lone druid, who has been left unattended this entire time, 3,100 gold on him. This is the problem for Navi right now. It's not really that Dendi's not getting involved, it's that Zoe's being left entirely unchecked. And a relic this early on a lone druid is just going to do so much work.
3,200 gold right about now. He's going to have his relic if he's not ganked in just about 1 or 2 minutes.
They got to gank him soon.
You can't actually give him that quick of a relic. Zoe will just farm out of control. And right now, such an early radiance means Puppy's going to be dying, means Light of Heaven's going to be dying. Same thing with Arzar. They are just not tanking enough for that 40 damage per second burn.
Yeah, there's not going to be a quick mechanism or pipe on the team. There's no jungle Chen. The Prophet could look to go for one, but Light of Heaven is stopping off for a Midas first, which is going to delay that team item, whether it's the mech or the pipe. Puppy, boots picked up, steal something from Ferrari. That could be a huge kinetic field, just missing. No glimpse, and that won't be enough. No, there was a glimpse, excuse me, but just not enough to trap him in that kinetic field. He will escape in the end. That's the problem. If they get the early Radiance, there's not those team fight items. So they are giving Puppy some farm, and maybe that's the thought process here. Give him some levels, give him some farm. Our Dragon Knight's not going to be really fat, but if our Rubik can contribute, maybe he'll steal the Black Hole, maybe he'll steal another big spell, and be able to turn the game around for us.
I think if you're Navi, you're saying, well, there's still no big destructive damage. Our tier 1 tower on mid and bottom still alive. We're not really getting ganked. This is a very, very slow game. We know that the Radiance is being farmed right about now on Zoe, but we can't really do too much about it. He's so tanky, and there's just no good gankers on the Radiant side.
Here we go.
But the big smoke gank here from IG. They want Naga. How do you actually gank Naga? Perhaps we'll find out right about now.
It's the silence that's going to be so key here. The Malefice and the Black Hole could also be very helpful. Both has to be careful. Who's going to strike first? Will it be Faith? Will it be Chuan? Is there going to be a surge to start everything off? It looks like there will be. The wards get dropped. Surgeon from YYF. Havos running. The vacuum. It misses. And a failed opportunity by IG. The tower taking damage. Riptide from the illusions, driving everyone back. Middle lane, it's Zoe. The Bear doing some damage, taking some back in return. Zoe, he's defending mid. Bottom is being pressured. Will it be denied? Ferrari just misses. Just misses. But Zoe really close to this relic. If they don't gank him soon, he's going to have that relic in about 13 minutes.
3,600 is burn and go right now. Will we summon the Bear to mid tower, taking some big damage? This is like the 3rd or 4th time that YYF trying to using that level 1 vacuum for a gank. The AoE is just ridiculously small, and he's not getting off. I think he was better off if he surged the Disruptor last team fight. Queen of Pain sees Light of Heaven pressuring up top. At this point, again, Navi says, we'll just drag the game out long. Dragonite picks up a solo kill on the mid lane, meets him in the river, and he's not there anymore.
Yeah, great start for Faith. He is pretty high level, which means Dendi really benefits from that kill. gets a lot of experience as well as a little bit of extra gold, ending that one kill, or not extra gold, but either way, it was a good kill for him. So, on the back foot in the middle lane, being a little bit defensive. Now the bear comes in to harass Dendi. For the moment, it's NaVi who are applying pressure. They're performing the split push quite well. Arsart with the early levels, the wards get dropped, they're cooling down, and every time the wards are up, NaVi can look to pressure tower with the treants, with the wards. Savos doing some damage, doing the right clicks. He went for the early Vanguard, which means no really fast radiance for him, but he could go back for it if he wants. Could look to drag this game out. They have a good team to do it.
Yeah, Relic picked up here on Zoe, so the Radiance very, very soon. And both teams slowing the game down. Neither team, I mean, IG is the one that's trying to set up the games, but it's just not working
Puppy steals
out.
the bear. This
Well,
is cute.
It's cute, but, I mean, all right, bear on bear violence on the mid lane. Cover your eyes, guys.
Can't they all just get along? There's enough honey in the pot for them both to share.
This is the alpha bear. No sharing.
It's got the relic. I mean, it's definitely the alpha bear. The beta bear will be journeying down towards the bottom lane, but while he does so, in comes the big smoke egg.
Oh,
the courier's here. Do they want it? They do, and that's that's better than hero kill. So much gold going their way, and Dendi might not even escape. Vacuum back in. Where's that entangle? They don't need it. Queen of Pain on. They really wanted Dendi, and they will get him.
Oh, Arzar comes in right now. He's got to be careful. He's going to get sent back immediately. Nice. Nice.
This disruptor pick doing so much work right now. Oh, Chuan, so low, vacuum onto the high ground. Puppy will go down. Ferrari, it's a double. He wants more, but he will back off. Not quite enough mana, and the ult was down. If the ult is up there, he probably turns 3.
Right now, IG gets a couple kills. They want to pressure the mid lane a little bit. Again, IG says, if you want to play a slow game, that's fine. We are the Chinese. We'll play slow games all day long.
Well, Light of Heaven does have a Midas up. He did manage to push down the top tower while the action was going on. They killed the courier, yes, but they're not really extending their map control. Radiant, having a good defense ward in the middle lane, will spot any sort of rotation, any sort of gank. It's pressure from both teams right now, but I gotta say, overall, NaVi have to be pretty happy. Having the kind of deficit they did early on, having the laning disadvantage, they're not entirely out of the game. The problem right now is Savos, Song of the Siren, is on cooldown. If IG want to be aggressive, they have the ability to do so. Chuan with the black hole, the mechanism picked up. This is a very powerful early pushing item. And I feel we are going to see some sort of a timing push from IG with the quick mechanism, not opting for the Blink Dagger, not going for the BKB, going for the items that allow you to sustain, to continue those pushes. And NaVi, they have some good anti-push of their own, but with a mech and maybe with a quick pipe on the Darkseer, Ring of Health picked up, still a little bit of a ways off, but with those items, with those 3 quarters, the Radiance, the mech, and the pipe, it's going to be hard to stop this push.
Yeah, really. It's not just an item as well. You got to keep in mind, it's a surge vacuum you're dealing with. It's that glimpse that you're dealing with. Oh, is he glimpsing right back? He is. Oh, just such annoyance. 135 down the drain, a lot of time invested, and now IG says, we'll just go push. Max glimpse, 1800 range, as long as he sees you.
NaVi got to get some bug spray because this mosquito, it just keeps on chomping away at them. And they're scratching, man. They are frustrated. Gotta be. YY up in the front lines. 3 points in a vacuum. Something stolen from Ferrari. Puppy will take the screen of pain, but the vacuum back in. The kinetic field completely whiffing there. But the tower's still taking big damage. It's IG, they really do. Oh, the bear gets netted, gets brought back, taking some damage, hexed up, turned into a chicken. Doesn't matter. The tower goes to Zoe, and that means this Radiance really, really close. Do they even need it? Blink in, onto Dendi. Oh, he's pulled back in into the kinetic field, and he will take a fall. Another kill for IG. This disruptor, every kill he's setting them up. Every stinking kill.
Too easy. 1800 initiation range. If that's not enough, just give him a surge. He's going to go there even quicker. And right now, when IG push, you talked about the mech, you talked about the pipe with the Radiance. At this point, it's just a raw skill. The Max Glimpse is just doing so much work. I mean, the story here in the grand final is that IG gives you a new strat, and you know, NaVi fixes it up in game 2, but here's another strat, and the question is, will IG run this on game 4, and will NaVi be able to deal with this game 4? This game's still very, very young, but right now, IG heavily favored. They're going to knock down yet another tower for free. You got to keep in mind that they are on Dire, so that Roshan is so easily brought down as well.
Tron's going to TP in middle lane. Here comes the TP from Darkseer Faith, looking for the glimpse. Pulls one back in, vacuum back in to the Thunderdome. Light of Heaven, trapped in place. Ferrari turned into a chicken. Wants that ult, not going to get it. Shackled, held in place. Something stolen. Danny gets Scream of Pain. Ferrari, he will live, and that's crucial. But Chuan may not. Black hole, Queen of Pain ult, vacuumed in again. Oh my God, they are all dying so low. But what a sleep by the Naga Siren Havos, saving his team, bailing them out. That could have been an absolute disaster. They all live with about 100 or less HP.
Well, how long will they live right now? You can see that YYF and the Bear, they're giving chase. Radiance, 40 damage per second. They see Puppey. He picks him up the net. Oh, they're going to just keep it back. It gets resummoned. It gets recalled back. No big deal. NaVi barely escapes. They dealt with the sleep for a long time, and they will have that on their arsenal. It's still a level 2 sleep, so it's a very long cooldown. But again, they're surviving, and that's a key one right now. You gotta just survive against IG and hope to strike back later on.
You know, it's actually NaVi, the amazing experience and goal difference that we saw very early on. The experience difference is about the same, but back in. Dendy taking a lot of damage. Iron Shell burning him down, trying to TP out. Not going to be entangled. That Bear was a chicken. Great defensive play. Puppey will allow Dendy to escape in the end, along with Arsar. These two supports, I got to say, out of everyone on NaVi, they are pulling a heavy load. But their shoulders are not that strong because these heroes are supports. The items are just not there right now. Only Arcane Boots and Bracers. IG, relentless pressure from them. YYF with the hood, really close to a pipe. Maybe they want to finish it first. No, they don't. In comes the Flame Breath. Vacuum back in again. And the Thunderdome. Arsar held in place. Kinetic Field. Puppey as well. 2 knocked down. Do they get more? Dendy in the middle of the fight. Can he be pulled back? No. Entangle on Havos. Resummon of the Bear. YYF trapped in the Sprout. He will be okay. Very, very tanky. They get 2 kills, but will they actually get this tower? For the moment, they don't have the creeps. The demonic conversions will be resummoned. The Bears here, they're going to go for round 2, but NaVi is respawning very quickly.
Well, they could respawn, but they don't really have any real way to defend
this. Song of the Siren in 3 seconds of both.
Are they going to charge in? Are they going to charge in for this? Here we go, the Bear knocking down on the tower. Naga can't be going for the sleep deny. He's going right in for it. Tower's very low. There's no setup to teleportation. That's from Arzar. He's going to be dropping down somewhere. He'll get sent back again. He gets sent back. And now the fight without Arzar. It's 5v4. Dendy's trapped in. He's right-click. He's rooted. He's done. And now the tower goes. The tower is done. And now Zoe walks right in. The wards get dropped. YYF flow. Nice Sprouter on 2. The wards not being focused. Vacuum. Arzar. He's done as well. Wow.
Overwhelming the defenses of NaVi. Crushing through them. IG now with the massive gold lead, a massive experience lead, and Roshan has to be the next objective, or maybe the tier 2 bottom. They TP back towards top. It looks like they may just choose to defend. Prophet, you can see the downside of this hero, just really not offering too much in these direct clashes this early on. Its mechanism is there, that's a start, but there's so much burst damage, there's so much sustained damage as well. It's really, the story of this game is the Disruptor. Faith, the hard support player, the captain for IG, really setting the tone here, setting everything up and bailing his team out when the going gets tough.
Man, NaVi, they do this so much. They glyph and they try to TP in and set up the team fight. We saw the Song of Siren. It's a setup spell, and now says, sure, you could TP in. We'll just glimpse you right back, and suddenly it's a 5v4.
And what are you setting up? I feel even if the wards got dropped there, they might have gotten a couple of kills, but I still think IG at least break even. It's the deficit right now. It's the lack of damage. Dragon Knight, not too many items picked up on him. IG, 5 heroes smoked up. The aggression is relentless from this team. Where are they going to choose to go? They're still grouped up mid. Now they look to head towards NaVi. Havos, 3,400 gold. It looks like he's saving for a relic of his own. It's a lot later than Zoe's. And so 3,600 gold. He is disgustingly wealthy. Radiance already picked up. What do you build now? This farm, absolutely outrageous. 11,000 net worth. 22 minutes in.
Well, I mean, he's got 12 slots, so he's got a lot of time to build more if he wants to do so. But IG right now, their initiation range is so large. We talked about the glimpse, we talked about the surge from YYF, and now with the Blink Dagger, Chuan is a legitimate initiator with Blink Malefice. They don't find anybody with the smoking, but IG says we will find Roche and we'll kill him very, very easily. I don't think they could deal with Zoe by itself right now, but Zoe with Aegis, it's absolutely scary. You could kill the hero once, that bear will be still alive. He's smacking you with high fives, and you talked about the insane damage.
These are not fun high fives. These are not
not
fun high fives. He's holding razors in between his fingers. You do not want to slap the hand of this very angry bear. He's already got a Hyperstone. He's going to have an Aegis, 1,700 gold on him. NaVi, they know they cannot fight, so they do the next best thing, which is pressure top. The wards get dropped, but in comes Zoe, and he can easily chop those to bits. The ward's falling fast and furiously. Dendi, if he gets entangled, that might be all she wrote for him. Taking big damage. Vacuum to Twan. Black hole immediately canceled. Puppey not able to steal it. He gets Malefice. There's your Son of the Siren. I think they're going to back. I doubt they'll fight, but this is your get out of jail free guard. They force out the black hole. They do choose to run.
They force out the black hole. They got a tower, which is pretty big at this point here. Now, Prophet's legitimately a threat. He can always TP on top lane and summon a couple of treants and at least force a TP or two. And that's a big advantage here if you're very, very far down. And that's exactly what NaVi is. 75,000 gold lead here for the Dire, as well as 75,000 experience lead. But IG says, no more shenanigans. We're going to go straight mid. Don't need that black hole because we got the big bad bear. And is doing the big back right click.
There's no black hole, but there is no Son of the Siren either, and there's no black hole onto Puppey. He was only able to steal Malefice, unfortunately for him. So IG, if they want to push mid, they even have a gem up on Faith just to make sure they have full map control, really limit Navi's ability to pressure around the map. Mechanism on Chuan, as previously mentioned, pipe on the YYF, and the Radiance, the Hyperstone on the Bear. I wonder if waiting for Assault Cuirass might be the wiser choice, but they're not going to choose to do it. They're going to look to breach high ground. The Naga Illusions really, really chafy in this situation, making it so hard to push. Prophet is in the base, though, which means Light of Heaven not going to be getting that extra gold. He's gone for a Necronomicon 1. If NaVi can stall the game, that's playing exactly into their hands, but it's not clear if they'll be able to. The Bear already working onto the tower, recalled back in. Patient play. This Assault Cuirass is really close. It's only 500 gold away, but they're still pressing here. The Bear cannot be resummoned. It does die. A small victory for NaVi. It will be resummonable in about 7 seconds. But still, the Bear cannot be resummoned after that for about 100.
Yeah, I'm just going to back off right now. They really need a double Bear because NaVi pretty good at turtling with the Riptide, as well as the Fire Breath, as well as Ether Shock. There's just so much AoE spell that they can just wear out the Bear. So Lone Jewel will come back once he has both summoned up. And meanwhile, he's going to just look for this tier 2 at bottom lane. Tier 2 at bottom lane is going to be a lot more difficult to defend because, again, if you TP into those towers, you're getting recalled back.
Yeah, it's really hard to TP in. Again, this hero really punishes the way that NaVi likes to play when they're on the back foot, which is the counter initiation. Whenever the enemy team looks to set up, you can just send them back. They're going to pressure bottom, as you mentioned. Everybody grouped up. Ferrari, Ultimate Orb on him. He's close to a Scythe device. The items are just on another level right now for IG. The Bear going to work the two bears together. Best friends to the end. The tower taking a lot of damage. Light of Heaven, he can't really pressure top because there's nothing to pressure right there. It's going to be the Naga Siren getting close to Radiance of her own. Even with the Radiance up, they can't really take a direct fight, I feel. But what they can do then is really look to stall this game out. Assault Cuirass has to be coming soon. Where is it? Is he really just going to save for buyback? Zoe, 3,700 gold picked up. Still not purchasing it. If you want to breach high ground, this item is essential.
It really is. And again, they're waiting for the cooldown, so might as well farm a little bit more. And do finish that Assault Cuirass, and whatever item his team is trying to finish as well. I love the gem pickup here. Whenever you see Chinese teams are ahead, they will buy the gem and pick off every single ward. Look at the Radiant map control, which is nothing. There is no Radiant map control. There's some very, very deep wards down here, but NaVi can't even go there to take advantage of these wards. Sure, you see some guys jungling, but what can you do about it? There's not much. So, of course, that gem will start to pick out more and more wards as Faith sees them. And of course, Pipe is finished now. Look at the tanky power of this Darkseer, plus 10 armor, as well as the point booster being picked up.
You know, if you're IG right now, you would really like Radiance gets picked up on her foes. That's really going to help them push these lanes out. They do have good anti-push between the Flame Breath as well as the Fade Bolt. Of course, the Prophet Ultimate, the Necronomicon being picked up on him. I believe it's level 2 now. In fact, it is. The Shadow Shaman strong anti. Everybody on this team can anti-push, and especially with the Radiance burn up on the Naga. So they can keep these lanes pushed out until all the heroes arrive. I feel for IG, if they can somehow force out a bad Naga ult without wasting too much, even if they drop a black hole, I think trading the two abilities is fine because they have such an item advantage. but they don't want to fight while that sleep is up, at least not really commit to one. That's going to be the big thing for them. They're all grouped up. They're going to look to try and pressure this tier 2 top. It should fall without too much of a fight. NaVi, in the meantime, trying to push in mid, trying to push in bottom. Radiance on Radiance action. But in the end, it's the bear is slowing this push down for NaVi.
Yeah, both Radiance Holder using their summons as well as illusions to really slow down the push, but this push is not going to be slowed down. Zoe last hits that one, 1,800 gold. Of
and
course,
the
Assault Chorus is already finished. The chicken delivering something.
Scythe of
just
Ice.
an Ogre Club. Scythe of Ice is finished on the Queen of Pain. Will he be initiating telekinesis upwards here? Spirit Bear getting so much focus as well as the net.
So
Again, it's just so difficult for Silver Bear to actually push in because they will throw about 1 billion spells right at this bear.
They will. It can be resummoned, and it's got so much armor at this point, sitting on 16, and that's before the Battle Cry ability is used. But they will TP out. Gonna look to defend bottom. The bear almost dying to creeps. Look at the micro, the trance chasing that bear. Can they kill it? The catapult snipes it, and that is actually very important because again, he wants to have to resummon when they go for that push.
Man, that means the push is gonna be delayed a full 2 minute. I don't think Zoe's
okay with that.
Yeah,
he likes to farm.
You probably just fed it on purpose.
Yeah,
exactly.
Man,
I want some creep.
Oh, guys, my bear's dead. I can't push now. Sorry.
Let's go farm for a little bit more. IG says, okay, we'll just go gank now. And again, this ganking squad, so powerful. Surge, Blink, they have so much for it. And let's see if they're going to find anybody. But the map awareness of NaVi, they're just on top of things. And of course, you know, the ward sees everything as well. So what is IG looking for here?
Again, I feel they do need to find a pick off. NaVi, the heroes that are leaving their base right now is the Naga Siren, who can always sleep and TP out. She's back at Fountain right now. And Light of Heaven, who's probably going to have buyback, and more importantly, can just get in and out so quickly. That teleportation having a very low cooldown, only 20 seconds, makes it easy for him to just farm a camp or two and then come back to base if he feels the heat coming on. IG, they want the pick off, but it's really hard to find. NaVi are not going to fall into this trap. But even if they're not dying, it's still IG slowly but surely getting ahead in gold. But I have to say, I'm impressed by NaVi. They're behind, but they're not nearly as far behind as they could be. They are squeezing every last ounce out of gold from where they can out of the map. IG, with all the big items up on the lone druid, 3,200 gold on him. Another item, and I just don't know if they can stop this bear.
I mean, every time we look away on Zoe adds about 2k more gold on this hero, and it's going to just be insane. I mean, Silver is one of the hardest carry hero in the game. If you drag this game out long without a fair late game plan, which I don't think really NaVi has one right now, they're not going to win against Zoe. It's just going to be too difficult. But with that said, it's so difficult. It's so damn difficult to push in against NaVi. They just have about 200 ability to knock down creep wave as well as damage your bear.
Right now, I think IG is really looking for that opportunity to find initiation. Ferrari with the Hex could look to go in first. It could be a Surge into a vacuum. It could be a Blink Black Hole from Chuan, but I'm expecting Chuan to be the follow-up here. Maybe it'll be Faith with a glimpse. So many ways. But it's Arsart who gets caught out. The bear is ward trapped, but it can be resummoned. Arsart should take a fall. He will do so. Net onto YYF. Is there buyback on Arsart? It looks like there is not. He does drop the wards in a good position. That will help defend. For the moment, they're going to start chipping away at these. He's back in 30 seconds, but the big cooldown there that was used is the wards. That won't be available in the upcoming engagement. They still have sleep. That's the biggest one. The black hole, Chuan is still waiting in the wings. If he finds this black hole, that will be GG Vacuum. Where's the blink? Not the right opportunity, but they can just keep on doing this until they do find that right opportunity. It's NaVi are not going to try and take a fight, but if IG just sit back, wait for the right option, they're going to back for now, but they could definitely try again soon.
Again, it's just hard for IG because the nukes on the front line, it's so difficult to bypass it. Of course, Prophet, Wrath of Nature will be pushing the top and mid lane, and you got to just go back and defend it somehow. If NaVi feels confident enough, Light of Heaven don't even have to be in the base. He'll just, you know, farm top, push top a little bit, and force back a couple of TPs. Right when that tier 2 tower went down, like I talked about earlier, it's such a big advantage when you have a Prophet on your team. And it's IG, they have to deal with it. It's something annoying, but I mean, NaVi, they're turtling up.
It's difficult to say that trading a Prophet's farm for a lone Druids is really worth it. Now, there is a Naga getting some good farm, but she's nowhere near the level of this lone Druid. He's already sitting at about 5,000 gold advantage. And this is a hero. He turns into a bulldozer at this point. He's got 4,200 gold. Maybe even a heart on the hero wouldn't be a horrible way to go, just to allow you to sustain in these pushes. There's a lot of options, whether it's a Basher, an Abyssal Blade on the bear. I mean, even something like a Butterfly wouldn't be bad. There's a lot of physical damage on the NaVi side, although there is a Hex which disables evasion. Plenty of options. MKB is there too. Maybe they're just going to wait for the next stages and then try again. Zoe is level 17 now, 32 minutes in. If you give Zoe this much farm, it's really difficult to beat this team. We did see Sylar. He was about 10k gold ahead earlier today, playing up against IG, and in the end, he actually lost. So it's not unheard of to beat a carry hero this farm, but it's very tough, especially when he's always going to have an Aegis.
About 2k gold is spent, and that means the bear is getting a new toy. It's going to be a Demon Edge.
Oh, this is a lot of damage. And they can just send the Baron and start right-clicking on the tower. It's going to absolutely melt. If the glyph isn't there, they can try and auto-attack it, but it's got so much damage. It's got so much armor, and it can be resummoned. This is going to be tough. The new Aegis almost certainly will be claimed. Radiance burn on the bottom lane. Nice micro by Zoe. Constantly pressuring the lanes, keeping them back, countering off that Prophet. NaVi, they have to know Roshan is going on. I'm sure they've written down the time, but they're not going to fight it. They still cannot do so. I got to say they're in a better situation now, I feel, than the last time that IG got the Aegis, but not dramatically so. They're slipping behind in terms of goal difference, but relatively, it is favoring NaVi because the relative goal difference is not as great anymore.
I'm not sure, though. I mean, Ferrari and the rest of the team is just picking impactful items one after another. Sooner or later, you are just going to overwhelm the other team with the difference in terms of items level. Of course, it's going to be more and more difficult for Prophet to get out of the base as well, because you don't want to really run around outside the map. If there's a blink Scythe advice from Ferrari, you just don't know where she's coming from. You can get easily picked off. So for now, NaVi is just constricted right into the base, or very, very close to their base. As again, if they're running out like this, so easy for the Dire Squad to set up those ganks. Everybody backs off.
Bold. Blink in. They want to chase the bear, leading the way. Glimpse back in. Look at the raid, and this is a disaster. Dendi, Malefist up, entangled up, will go down. 1,700 gold, and that's the opening they needed.
Yep.
So easy to find them with Glimpse, and here comes the push. The angry bear, he wants his honey, and he's looking to find it in this tier 3 tower mid.
And again, if they see you with a glimpse, they will just kill you. It's just ridiculously long as a range. And here we go without Dragon Knight for quite a while. They can just charge up this hill, and they will do so. Right now, the bear says, all right, I found you, finally. And the right click will start to commence. And what is the defense here for the Radiant team? They have to sleep. Are they going to blow the sleep just to hold down the defense? Net not going to stop the right click. The tower's going to go down. Vacuum back for Light of Heaven. Down to about half HP. Instantly, he's going to go down. Still no sleep from the Naga. Buyback here from the... Oh, there's a sleep. Dragon Knight's back.
Where's the follow-up? Where is that follow-up? The wards get dropped. I really don't feel it's enough. They get the sleep off, but Chuan, Malefist on the Havos, Net on the Faith. Where's the damage? Vacuum in. Could be a huge black hole. Chuan, no mana for the black hole. Soul Rain on cooldown, but they don't need it. They don't need it at all. Light of Heaven, entangled. He bought back. He will die again. And that's got to be Rex. That just might be multiple layers of Rex. IG, the gold advantage, the experience advantage, just too great at this point. NaVi, I'm not sure they can deal with this anymore.
They really cannot. I mean, Dendi came back in, but he really does nothing for his team right now. Vacuum backwards, Entangle, Malefist, just about 1 billion suns on Dendi. Dendi, he's dead. Havos, he's just trying to look pretty, but nobody bats an eye on him. Zoe surviving solo. He does have the Aegis. He gets earned up. Are they going to back off here?
This is such a good time to get racks, but they are quite low, and top and bottom are pushing in. They don't actually get the racks. They still end up getting a bigger gold advantage, a bigger experience advantage. Multiple deaths on the DK, who was sitting at about 2,000 gold before his first death there. Dendi, now farther off that BKB. Light of Heaven, farther off whatever that next item is, a lot farther off, I might add. He's lost about 1,600 plus gold. That means if he wanted a Hex, it's a long way off. So IG, although they don't get racks, they still are extending their advantage, and it's getting harder for NaVi to fight.
It's getting closer and closer. Lone Druid is about to double in terms of net worth to the highest of the Radiant side. When you see numbers like that, it is just so difficult to come back. But the Raxes are still alive. Multiple Raxes are still alive. And at that point, if you're a NaVi fan, there is that 1% chance. There's that 1% chance.
Zoe taking a lot of damage from these Naga illusions mid lane. He will be okay for the moment. So he's going to walk back to base, probably just leave the bear here to Radiance, burn it up. He's still got the Aegis, so I really think they can just go down mid again. The black hole was never used in the last fight. BKB is now up on Chuan. And what do they do to deal with that BKB? The only ability that will cancel it.
Darkseer, there's about 1 billion people ganking him right now. No, they back off. Darkseer is going to just stop this push, farm up an entire wave.
Or will they? They're waiting in the wings. They're smoked up. Arsart doesn't even have Blink Dagger. No, Ogre Club was the choice. Naga Illusion comes in, maybe trying to draw Y-Way up towards the wave, but look at the map awareness. He's not going to fall for it. So what I was about to say is there's only two ways for them to stop the black hole. One is to steal it if you're Rubik and then counter-initiate. But when Rubik is this squishy, it's almost impossible to do so. Again, it's a hard support Rubik. It's not a Dendy Rubik with a lot of farm. And the other way is the Naga net. But Naga kind of needs to be in the middle of the fight right now. There's nobody else who can do it well. DK, he's okay to stand on the front lines, but up against this pair, everyone's going to fall fast. So the black hole is likely to be landed at least for a few seconds, and that's all the time that So needs. So hard to defend this push, and here we go. Glyph on cooldown. It's the last stand for NaVi. Are they going to drop down 1-2, or is IG going to somehow mess this one up? There's the sleep, setting everything up. Chuan, BKB black hole available, vacuumed in. Where's the follow-up? Where's the damage? The BKBs get popped. Ferrari looking for a kill. Queen of Pain fires out. Dendy dropping low. Faith dropping low. Havuz mauled to death. Does he have buyback? Black hole on Puppy. They catch him. There will be no steal. The GGs come out and IG take it. Chuan, a big celebration for him. He jumps out of the seat again.
2-20. Stopping game one, counter stopping game two. And IG says, we are the stronger one, at least in game number 3. We're going to game 4. And the question I propose, do they have an answer? NaVi says, you're not going to fool us twice. But right now, they're on the ropes. The defending champions are 1 game away from being eliminated. IG, nobody expected them to go this far, let alone do this well against NaVi.
Who would after the way that NaVi dealt with them in the winners bracket semifinals? But right now, I just saw Puppy sort of gathering the troops together. They're going to refocus. They're going to try and figure out how they deal with IG. But we're seeing the versatility of IG.
Yes.
Puppy said he had them figured out. But how do you figure out a team that has so many different styles? You have to know what they're going for in order to counter it. But it's not easy to do so. And now we'll get some more insight from the desk. Back to you guys, James.
Thank you, LD and Lumi. Yeah, so there you have it. NaVi